8th standard. A very pleasant morning. Once again, welcome back to the biology class. Today, the biology session is presenting by Mrs. A. Chitra, Department of Biology from Nellanadar Metric Higher Secondary School. We are discussing unit number 8, Organization of Life. In the previous sessions, we discussed about unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms, prokaryotes, eukaryotes, biological levels of organization, structure of cell, and various shapes and sizes of cell. Now in this chapter or in this session, we are going to discuss tissues and organs. What are tissues? Tissues are group of cells that have a similar structure and act together to perform a specific function. Tissues are nothing but group of cells. Already we studied in the biological levels of organization. Cells, tissues, organ system. There we studied group of cells form tissues. But what is the condition? They have to perform a particular function, that is a specific function. So tissues are group of cells together work for a particular function. Got it? Here you can see group of cells. They are responsible for a particular function. There are two types of tissues are there. They are simple tissues and complex tissues. What is a simple tissue? Simple tissues are made up of cells of same kind. They are homogeneous in nature. Example, the glandular tissue. Here I have given a simple columnar epithelial tissue. This is a homogeneous tissue, that is simple tissue. The next tissue is a complex tissue. Complex tissues are made up of different kinds of tissues. They are heterogeneous in nature. Homogeneous means similar, heterogeneous means different. Here you can see this is the tissues of our skin. Here you can see various layers of tissues. So it's a heterogeneous made up of different types of tissues. Now let us see various tissues in animals. Depending on the basis of their structure and function, tissues can be classified into 4 types. They are epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue, and nervous tissue. Epithelial tissues are the covering tissues for protection. It's found the outer covering of the body. Muscular tissues are the contractile tissue for movement and locomotion. Connective tissues are the supporting tissue for binding or providing shape and structure. Nervous tissue carry nerve impulse. All the complex organisms consist of only 4 basic types of tissues. Here you can see the types of tissues. Now let us see what is an organ. Already we studied the same. Cells form tissue, tissues form organ. Organs are structures made up of 2 or more types of tissues organized to carry out a particular function. For example, brain, heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, etc. So they are responsible for a particular function. For example, heart pumps the blood, lungs is for gas exchange. Now we are going to discuss an important organ of our body called the eyes. The eyes are also called photoreceptors. Why they are called photoreceptors? They are responding to the light. Photo means light. Receptors means sensory cells. So the eye has sensory cells, that is called receptors, sensitive to light or respond to the light. That's why it's called photoreceptors. The various functions of eyes are, we know that vision, differentiation of colors, and maintaining the biological clock of human body. What is the meaning of biological clock? It's nothing but an innate mechanism or natural or internal process that regulates a sleep-wake cycle and repeats regularly every 24 hours. So for this purpose, the eyes play an important role. Now we are going to discuss various parts of the eye. Before that, the eyes you can compare with the camera by gathering, focusing, and transmitting the light through the lens for creating an image of an object. Yeah, eye works like a camera. Now let us see the various parts of the eye and their structure. Here you can see the comparison between camera and eyes. How the lens, diaphragm, or film is like a retina, like that you can see the comparison. Now let us see the various parts. The human eyes are the most complicated sense organ in the human body, with several parts fixed together form a spherical structure. The structure of human eye can be broadly classified into the external structure and internal structure. First, let us see the external structures. The parts of the eye that are visible externally comprise of the external structure of the eye. Here we can see the external structure. Here you can see the first one is the sclera, the second one is the conjunctiva, the third one cornea, okay, the fourth one iris, the fifth one is a pupil. These are the five structures given as external structure of the eyes. We are following as per your book. Okay, as per your book, the five parts are given as external structures of the eye. Okay, what are they? The external structure of eyes are sclera, conjunctiva, cornea, iris, and pupil. Now let us see one by one. Okay, sclera is nothing but a tough, thick layer. It forms a white of our eye. We can see when you look at your eye, there is a white color part you can see. That is a layer called sclera. It is a protective covering. It protects the internal parts of the eye. The next is the conjunctiva. Again, the sclera is covered by a thin transparent membrane called conjunctiva. Its main function is to secrete small amount of mucus and tears to keep the eyes moist and clear. You got it? Conjunctiva is a layer spreaded around over the sclera. That is the outermost. The conjunctiva is the outermost. Its main function is to keep the eye moist and clear by secreting small amounts of mucus and tear. It is a thin transparent membrane. The next is the cornea. Actually, cornea is a extension of sclera. Clear? In the front, actually in the back we are telling sclera. It extended as cornea in the front. So the cornea is a layer or a transparent layer which is used to refract the light that enters the eyes. Got it? Through our eyes the light rays will enter. When it touches the cornea, it refracts. Refracts means it changes the direction of the light and allows it to pass into the eye and falls in a particular place. That is called refraction. So cornea is a transparent layer spreaded in the front. It is an extension part of the sclera. It refracts the light which is entering into the eye. The next is the iris. Iris is a muscle. Okay, you can see our eye is black color. That black color part is the iris. Okay, the colored portion of the eye is called iris. It's the pigmented area. Okay, it controls the whole. When you see in front your eye on the mirror or others' eye, if you look at them, there is a hole in the center. You can see that hole is called pupil. Okay, that pupil is controlled by the size of the pupil. That is the hole is controlled by the muscle called what? Iris. The iris is a muscle. It controls the size of the hole. The hole name is called pupil. Okay, so the iris muscle is a colored part. Usually it is black color, but sometimes it's green, blue colors also there. Okay, so it controls the size of the hole. Then through this hole only the light enters inside your eye. Now the five parts we studied are, okay, here we studied sclera. Okay, over the sclera there is a layer called conjunctiva. The sclera's extension is called cornea, and a the pupil is a hole. The hole is controlled by a structure called iris. These are the five parts considered as external parts of the eye. Now let us see the internal parts of the eye. So which are the internal parts? Okay, here the internal parts are the very important internal part is the lens. Okay, here you can see the lens. This is a lens. And then next is the very important part where the image forms the retina. See, here you can see the inside, innermost layer. The innermost layer is called what? Retina. Okay, then from the retina, from the photoreceptors, the nerves will emerge outside, that is called optic nerves. And then inside our eye, there are some jelly like and watery fluids are there. They are called the posterior part of this place, okay, is called vitreous humor. Here where I am keeping the dotted structure or I am putting the line, this place, okay, a structure, a liquid called vitreous humor, and here front I am keeping, in this place one watery fluid is there, that is called aqueous humor. So there are five parts we are learning, that is lens, retina, optic nerve, vitreous humor, and aqueous humor. These are the five parts we are going to discuss and as internal structure. Here you can see lens, retina, optic nerve, aqueous humor, and vitreous humor. Now let us see one by one. Lens. Lens is a transparent, biconvex, and adjustable part of the eye. It is made up of protein. Actually, it is used to refract the light rays on the retina. Now, the next layer is the retina. Retina is the innermost third layer. Okay, very sensitive to light because it contains photoreceptors. Photoreceptors means sensory cells. They are rods and cones. The retina main function is converting the light rays into impulse and sending to the brain. Okay, so from here, from the retina or from the photoreceptors, the optic nerve emerges. The optic nerve is mainly responsible for carrying all the nerve impulses from the photoreceptors to the brain. Then the aqueous humor, that is the liquid part found in front of the eye, that is, it is a watery fluid that is present in the area between the lens and the cornea. It is responsible for the nourishment of the lens and cornea. Nourishment means providing nutrients. It provides nutrients or whatever the substances needed by the lens and cornea. Now, the next chamber is the posterior chamber. It contains a fluid called vitreous humor. It is a semi-solid, transparent, jelly-like substance that covers the interior portion of the eye. It plays an important role in maintaining the shape of the eye and also causes refraction of light before it reaches the retina. Now, till now, we discussed the various parts of the eye. They are sclera, conjunctiva, pupil, iris, cornea as external structures, and lens, retina, optic nerve, vitreous humor, and aqueous humor. Okay, these are the parts we have studied. As per your book, the 10 parts are given, 5 parts as external parts and 5 parts as internal parts. I hope you have understood. Next class we will see the organ system. Thank you.